Ladies and gentlemen, may I have your attention, please?
Covering both sides of the big issues with the analysis you trust on News Radio 1040 WHO.
A little science for you this morning as we get back to your health. You probably have heard that old saying, I'll sleep when I'm dead. Well, it turns out that the lack of sleep may, actually usher in your death a little bit earlier. Let's talk it over with a sleep expert. That's Dr. Max Kerr, who's on my Newsmaker line. Hey, Dr. Kerr, welcome to Iowa Radio. Good morning.
How's it going? Yes, it's Dr. Kerr, but thank you very much.
Oh, Kerr. All right, man. Thank you for doing that with me. All right. So,
fine. Yeah. So we want it. Yeah, sleep is so important that if we don't get really healthy sleep, we're much more likely to die because of lack of sleep.
yeah, and I think at the, overall that point makes sense to me. But what was interesting, Dr. Kerr, about the study was now they're starting to quantify how much life it can add to your years, aren't they?
Correct. Like those of us that suffer from a disease known as sleep apnea, we're likely to die 7 years earlier than the normal person that doesn't have sleep apnea. And this can be translated into other sleep issues, whether it be not getting enough sleep or not getting good quality sleep. So it's extremely important. Sleep is the number one most important thing we can do with our life outside of breathing and outside of eating. It's eat well, breathe well, sleep well, live well.
But you know what's so interesting, Dr. Kerr, about that is I don't think we think about that. I mean, a lot of us, we have a health regimen, and it involves working out, it involves biking, and it involves our diet. One of the things that an otherwise healthy person can do is just simply say, I really don't have time to sleep, or I'm too stressed to sleep. We ignore that a lot, don't we?
Well, I think it comes about honestly. I mean, the American people are warriors. We push hard. We have this very extreme work ethic that we want to live up to. And so, I'm going to work myself as opposed to sleep, because in some views we believe that sleep is rest. But really what we got to understand is if we really want to maximize our ability to do that work, the ability to go out on that jog or that bike ride, that ability to love the people that we really love, we need to maximize taking care of ourselves, which sleep is a huge part. We have to rest in order to be the best we possibly can be throughout the day.
That is such a great point. So, Dr. Kerr, give me some advice for those that are having trouble sleeping. What are some of the things I can do to improve my sleep?
Well, I think number one is we got to schedule it. We have to make sure that this is so important that we're going to invest the time and effort into making sure that we get the appropriate amount of sleep. Now, appropriate, according to science, looks like anywhere from 7 to 9 hours. Now, for somebody like yourself, that's very difficult because you wake up at 4 in the morning to give us this news.
Yeah.
And so it's important that maybe the night before we're readying ourselves to go to sleep. That means we want to reduce the amount of light that's coming into the bedroom. We want to reduce the amount of screen time that we're putting on ourselves, so that way we can mimic the natural rhythms and go to sleep appropriately. So for somebody like yourself, getting to bed closer to 8 as opposed to closer to 10 is going to give us the amount that we need. Now, that's one thing that we need to do. We need to go to bed on time and wake up on time, but we also need to make sure that during the time we're sleeping, it's a quality amount of sleep. So that means making sure that there's no light in the bedroom, making sure that the bed is an investment, that we're willing, like that bed is actually something that's helping us sleep and not preventing us from sleeping. And if we have snoring or we wake up startled throughout the night, then getting that tested, getting a sleep study, making sure that every time if we're going to go in and get blood work done, ask our primary care physician for a home sleep test. These are very easy tests that we can take at home, and we can get a good estimation of whether or not we're having sleep apnea or there's another sleep disturbance that can be treated.
Dr. Max Kerr, great timely advice. Dr. Kerr, thanks for joining me today.